Hi, today I'm going to share tips on how to find a good salon to work in. Whether you're still looking to apply or you've had your interview or you're working in a salon at the moment, hopefully this video will still help you. One thing that I like to do is I like to check the salon's reviews. Even though there are, I guess, the majority of customers, if they have something bad to say, that's when they will write a review on Google especially. But I still look at the Google reviews. But if that salon, if they advertise on Treatwell always sends people an email and says, oh, can you leave a review of how your treatment was? So you tend to get more realistic, genuine reviews on Treatwell. Another tip is something that I thought about but I never ended up doing. You can go to this salon that you are thinking of applying for and get a treatment done there yourself. If you do this, then you will be able to see what the environment is like, what the vibe is like. If the beauty therapists get along well, I'm sure that you can really tell if there's any sort of negative energy or if it's a positive environment to work in. There's a lot of things that you can check: if the salon's clean, how the treatment is, how much effort the beauty therapist puts into their treatment, what their customer service is like. So yeah, that's a good tip that you can do. Another way to know if a salon's good to work for is if the pay is decent. Now, of course, there are salons that might pay you a lot less because of maybe where the salon is located, and it could still be a very nice salon to work for. You will be treated well. Now, if you're fresh out of college, how much you get paid shouldn't be what's important, because you still need to gain experience. But if you've worked as a beauty therapist for a good few years and you've gained enough experience, I think that is when pay is important. You should be getting paid what you're worth. It's a job at the end of the day. You have bills to pay for. You don't want to be taken advantage of. The next thing that you should look at is what brands that salon works with. This is something that I find very important. Working for a salon that offers brands that I don't really like and that are low quality, I find that I don't last there very long. Working with good quality products that make a difference. These might be brands that you're not trained in, so you have obviously a chance to be trained in these brands as well. Talking about training, the next thing that will help you know if the salon is a good salon to work for is if they've got the time and the understanding of how important training is, and if they're willing to send you on training. Some salons are so busy that they can't afford you to go off training for 4 days. They would rather have you working, and they force you to do treatments you're not trained in, which is really bad because you're not licensed to do it. Whether you're a new beauty therapist or not, training should be important for you because you're developing yourself. And yeah, a salon who finds that important is a good salon to work for. Another thing that makes a salon a good salon to work for is commission. There are some salons where there isn't even any way that you can earn a commission. It's literally just hourly pay. Some salons offer commission only on certain things. Maybe it's just products or just if you sell a course of treatments. And then there are really good salons where you're getting commission off products that you sell, courses of treatment that you sell, and you get commission of the treatments that you do. And that is obviously on top of your hourly rate. It's just good for your bank account. When you're in your interview, most likely the manager is going to be interviewing you, and it's very important to look at the manager's behavior. If they are polite, if they're humble, down to earth, then yeah, they're going to be a nice manager to work for. I've been lucky. I've never had a manager that was awful. Actually no, there was this one manager who she was nice, but there were certain times where she would make like sly comments here and there to let you know that she is above you, and yeah, that wasn't very nice. The salon that I work at now, when I had my interview, when she offered me the job and I accepted, she hugged me. Like, how sweet is that? That's how you know that you belong there. Another thing that's really important to know if it's a good salon is the contract. Now, I am in no position, I have no capability of giving you any sort of advice about contracts, but there is one thing that I would strongly recommend, and that's to go home and read the contract properly with a clear mind and no distractions. There was this one salon that expected me to read it and sign it there and then. I was in their office, it was very loud, people going in and out of the office, I couldn't concentrate. So yeah, I would recommend that you take it home and read it properly. Hours, holiday, any restrictions that they have, make sure that you are okay with the things that you're about to sign your life away to. Another thing that's very important is a good salon is one that has teamwork. Teamwork is so important. It's really bad working with beauty therapists that are selfish and that, yeah, have no idea what teamwork even means. Keep that in mind as well. Another thing to look for is if that salon offers you support to develop. So again, develop in terms of training, but also develop within your position. There are going to be some salons where you can develop into a senior and a manager. Normally big spas, you have more opportunities to do this. With smaller salons or high street salons, family businesses, there isn't any room for development, but you can still develop in terms of training, learning new treatments. Just, you know, when you look at your CV, learning something from each salon that you've worked at is very important because that's how you develop. Another thing to look for is if the salon follows the rules and regulations. So you learn about these in your course, and yes, it's very boring to learn and you feel like it's not important to learn, but it is, because when you start working at a salon that doesn't follow, for example, the GDPR regulations, it's embarrassing and it's really bad, because if someone fills out their personal details on a consultation form and you lose that, or it's just out and about, it's not good at all. It needs to be put away in a folder or something, just locked away out of sight, and a salon that finds these things important is a good salon to work for. Those are all the tips that I have for you today. If you found the video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you next time. Bye.